iPhone SE versus OnePlus 5 gaming review. That video is coming up right now. Let's go. So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology, and welcome to the iPhone SE versus the OnePlus 5 gaming review. Now, I did a speed test the other day in which the OnePlus 5 actually beat the SE pretty easily in terms of its speed test with the basic applications, but I actually haven't even ran the gaming test here yet. So we're gonna have to see what happens. Also, I put a multitasking RAM management test up on Instagram. You can check that down below. Instagram link is in the description, where I loaded up both applications, all of them, and then I re-went through them to make sure to see which one is quicker in the reload. And the OnePlus 5 annihilated the SE there. Now, it's been pretty controversial. A lot of people have been saying, no, the SE is faster, but when the proof is there, the proof is there. We just have to admit when there's a phone that is faster, and in basic applications, the OnePlus 5 is faster than the SE. But let's get on with this gaming test because I haven't even checked this out. I'm excited to see what happens here. So I have a few basic applications lined up here, and then more intensive games and stuff that is going to go ahead and tax the processor just a little bit more. Now, both of these games are all, well-known games, and they're very well optimized, so there shouldn't be no crashes and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and start with 8-ball pool. So let's see what happens here in terms of the load times. So you can see the iPhone SE with the win. Now, I will not be surprised if the iPhone SE beats the OnePlus 5 in most of these tests when it comes to speed, because the iPhones are known for great gaming. But when it comes to screen, there is absolutely no comparison. The OnePlus 5 screen is much more enjoyable to use than the SE when it comes to gaming. It's like night and day, but that's pretty much the benefits of having a larger display. That would be true for pretty much any larger display, but the AMOLED colors really pop when it comes to gaming. It's very enjoyable. So let's hit play one-on-one, and you can see in terms of that was about the same. Let's hit start this tutorial. And you can see once you're in the games, it's about the same. There's not a big deal once you actually get loaded in. Where the iPhone shines is when it comes to, it actually downloads games a little bit quicker, and when it loads the games, that's where it's shining so far. So what about Jetpack Joyride? 3, 2, 1. And you could see the OnePlus 5 had a slight delay when it came to loading the game. And you see the SE is ahead there. But now that we're in, let's go ahead and start to play the game and see if this changes. So let's go into both games. And you could see about the same once you start getting into the game. So it's just some initial load times, it looks like, where the iPhone SE is quicker. So once you're in, just as smooth on both these devices. So let's keep that in mind there. Let's go ahead now and head into Subway Surfers. So heading into Subway Surfers, I do test this game quite frequently on my speed test. You can see the SE seems to win this one as well. Well behind is the OnePlus 5. Let's go ahead and hit the game. And again, once you're in, it's about the same performance once you're actually in the game. Now, I do want to mention that the iPhone SE does have a Power VR7600 GPU. So if you look right here, you're going to see Power VR GT7600. So that's still the same GPU, slightly tweaked in the iPhone 7. So it's pretty powerful GPU there. Now, this guy here on the OnePlus 5, I believe it's a 540 Adreno. So let's go down here. Yeah, 540 Adreno GPU here. And this is the 6 gig of RAM version we're testing it against here. I just want to get those geeky specs out of the way so you know what GPU is going up against which GPU. A9 Snapdragon 835. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and get into Temple Run now, and then we'll get into the more graphically intensive games. So Temple Run, you can see, is first, it seems, on the SE, but let's just let this thing finish up and load here and see which one is playable first. So you can see the iPhone SE is playable first again. So the SE has been pretty much winning the load on all of these games so far. But again, once you're in, it's about the same experience, and it's so tiny. It's such a small amount of difference. I think what you're really deciding between here is, do you want a game on a smaller screen or a larger screen? Because when you're actually not putting these side by side, both of these are going to load games super quick. You're not even going to notice the difference. It's only here on camera that you're seeing these difference. Let's go to Real Racing now, the game that was in the intro. And let's see which one does this guy first. Now, this is more taxing on the processors and the GPU. So you can see it looks like the SE is ready to go first, and now the OnePlus 5. But you can see, I mean, guys, it's only a second or a millisecond or so different here, you know, on the OnePlus 5. And remember, the OnePlus 5 is a $479 smartphone for 64 gig, $549 I believe it is for 128. So it's slightly more than the $499 SE. So these guys are basically in the same price range. I just wanted to keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and go to Dead Trigger. And you can see Dead Trigger should be loading first for, look like the SE again. So the SE seems to be the all-around loading champ here, but it looks pretty close here on this one. So no, the SE again. Now you can see just how much different the colors are here for the OnePlus 5. It's more saturated, definitely more saturated. Some people might not enjoy this. This looks more, I would say, natural looking. So graphics, that really comes down to you, but you can see very smooth on the iPhone SE. Going over here to the OnePlus 5. Let's see how smooth it is here on the OnePlus 5. So very smooth here on the OnePlus 5 as well. So no issues there for Dead Trigger. You know, you got to decide when you're going to be gaming. Do you want a more natural look and feel between these phones, or do you want, you know, the larger screen with saturated colors? Because that's what you're going to get, deep blacks with the OnePlus 5. So we're going to skip Champions due to the fact that I checked these games out before the video, and Champions is not actually the same kind of game when you get in there. So let's go ahead and go to No Limits here. This is Need for Speed, another graphically intensive game. It's about a gig on the download, and you can see this looks quite close. Who's going to take this one? So who is going to take this one? So you can see it looks like the SE, yes, maybe connecting to a server here for the OnePlus 5. And OnePlus 5, no. Who's going to start playing? This is taking a while on both of these guys to load this game up. So this one right here, pretty slow on both. OnePlus 5 takes the SE on Need for Speed. And that just goes to show that, you know, depending on how fast you're opening the application, the OnePlus 5 could potentially win sometimes. So this one is almost a draw, in my opinion, on the gaming. Let's go ahead now and see how they reload the games. 8-Ball Pool. And 8-Ball Pool is ready to go on the OnePlus 5, and we're having issues there on the SE. Let's go to Jetpack Joyride. And you can see the SE first. Let's go into Subway Surfers. That one looked like the OnePlus 5. Let's go into Temple Run. You can see the OnePlus 5 is playing. SE had it loaded, so I'm calling that a draw. Let's go to Real Racing. Both had them loaded in the background. Let's go into Dead Trigger. And you can see the SE slightly ahead there. Let's go into No Limits. You can see about the same there. I think that was the OnePlus 5 on the reload. It had it, you know, in cache a little bit better than the SE. There, it's about the same though. And this one didn't work. This one didn't work, so that one don't really matter. But anyway, you've seen right there that the SE, you know, took a couple there. The OnePlus 5 took a couple there. And overall, I'm going to call this one a draw when it comes to gaming. There's benefits that come to the OnePlus 5, and there's speed and load time benefits that come to the SE. But these benefits on the speed are so insignificant, they're tiny, it's not going to make a big difference in your real world day-to-day gaming experience. What'll make more of a difference is if you want the thicker bezels of the SE with the small body, like a little portable gaming machine when you're out on the go and you just want something small in your pocket that can game. That's where the SE is a beast. Now, if you want a phone that can do it all on a big screen, that's where the OnePlus 5 is a beast. And also, you're going to get, you know, incredible colors and deep black. So the gaming experience is more enjoyable to the eye, depending on, you know, how you feel about your eyes. If your eyes are strong, you know, you don't care about small screens, it doesn't hurt your eyes, then fine. But if you got, you know, your eyes aren't that great, you need to see larger screens, you're going to enjoy the gaming more on the, you know, the OnePlus 5. And the games on the OnePlus 5, because of the larger screen, they look more true to life. They're bigger. So, I mean, that's how I can describe that, because the SE doesn't come with a higher contrast ratio of phones like the iPhone 7 Plus. But that's how I'm going to assess this one. You know, you want speed, performance, load times, go with the SE. You want great rich colors and a big screen phone with slightly slower gaming performance in the SE. I mean, it's milliseconds or a second or so. Go with the OnePlus 5. And what do you feel about this one? Do you think the SE is a better gamer? Do you think the OnePlus 5 is a better gamer? Do you not care about, you know, a millisecond or so difference? Do you just want a phone that does everything? Which one is your boy here? Comment that down below. Anyway, this was a follow-up to the speed test we did between the iPhone SE and the OnePlus 5. Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this. I will catch you all in the next one, and peace.